In this video tutorial, I'm going to walk you through the process of setting up your grades in your Moodle course. So the first thing you want to do is go to your Moodle course, and on the left, go ahead and click Grades. Now, grades have changed quite significantly within this version of Moodle. However, the functionality is exactly the same, just the look and feel of how to get there is a little bit different. So on the very top, you notice you have a bunch of different options. To view your grade, to set up your grades, you can set up your scales, your letters, you can import grades, and you can export grades. Now, each one of these options you choose up here, you'll have different options down below. So when we want to set up our gradebook, we go ahead and click Setup. Now down below, we have our gradebook setup. We can also do our course grade settings and our preferences for our grader report, which is what the student sees within the gradebook. I'm going to go ahead and click on Gradebook Setup. Now in my course, I already have some assignments and quizzes and forums located on my Moodle page. These by default are graded and automatically put within the gradebook. What I would like to do is in Moodle, you can have gradable items, which is assignments, quizzes, forums, or even manually entered in grades. And you also have categories. Categories are folders that you can put different gradable items inside of. So for example, you could have a category of quizzes, and inside that category you have all of your quizzes or exams. You can have a category for assignments, and inside of there you might have either assignments from Moodle itself, or you might have manually graded assignments. Categories themselves will not be graded, they will just house the gradable items inside of it. So for my course, I'm going to create 3 different categories. The first one, I'm going to click on category and I'm going to call it assignments. I just give it a name and I'm going to go ahead and click Save Changes. And you'll notice here I have a category or a folder called assignments, and then below it I have a total for it. I'm going to add in another category called quizzes. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and hit Save Changes, so now you can see my quizzes. And the last one I'm going to go ahead and call discussion. And there you can see the third one. And actually I decided I'm going to add a fourth one for participation. Now this could be part of discussions, or maybe if you're in class, you're going to call it part of attendance, right? So there I have my 4 different categories. What I like about Moodle is even though these items were already created as I built my Moodle course, I can easily put these inside of any one of these categories at any time. So let's say that I would like to put my favorite movie inside of assignments. So what I do is I check to the right under the select column, favorite movie, and then down here where it says move selected items to, I choose the category that I'd like that to be moved to. So I'm going to choose assignments. As soon as I do that, you notice my favorite movie will be moved into my category of assignments. Now let's say that I'd like to move my whole grade forum for Pixar movie into the discussions. What I can do to move this is I can go ahead and click on this double-sided arrow. And now these boxes will come up and I can choose where I want to place it. I want to put it inside of the discussion folder, so I'm going to click on this box and you'll notice it moved that inside of that category there. And again, the last one, I can either check this option or click this button and choose where it's going to go. It's going to go into quizzes. And now you can see I have my 4 different categories and my items inside the correct category. So that's how easy it is to add categories. Now let's say I'd like to add in a grade item. There is one I'm going to manually grade, and that is participation and attendance. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and add a grade item. Now a grade item will be graded on a point value, or you can do a pass-fail. So I'm going to go ahead and put in attendance, and then I can choose the grade type. Now a scale is a great place to put your pass-fail. And your value is a great place to put how many points this is worth. So you can choose which one of these you want to have for the grade item. I'm going to do a value, and the maximum grade I'm going to say is 50 points for the entire semester. At this point, I can choose my parent category down below. Remember, if I don't choose it the first time, I can always move it later on, but I'm going to go ahead and choose participation, and I'm going to save my changes. So you can see here now that I have my 4 different categories and I have items inside of it. You notice the difference from this is an assignment. It has a hand with a sheet of paper. This is a Moodle quiz, so it looks like a little box with a check box. and then a Moodle discussion. When it's a manually entered in item, a manual grade, it will look much like this. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Changes, and now my grades are set up for my course. Keep in mind that you can always edit, you can always change, and you can always add things later on.